Okay, welcome to the Community Roundup for March 10th, 2024. It's the second day since the launch of the pre-release, and some more things are going on here. So the first thing I have for you is in the Discord server. I was complaining last time about there not being much moderation, and there's a few problems that are honestly acceptable, totally acceptable, because this is a new server and almost 600 people joined during the first day. But those problems mainly are with organization. So some of these channels are kind of overlapping. So for example, gameplay videos and fan content. Gameplay videos and world downloads and game screenshots and things are all kind of under the umbrella of fan content, technically speaking. And the description for fan content is only art and music, so there's some ambiguity there. And then there's some channels that I think should be here that are missing, and that will be relevant in the future as the game grows. I'm a moderator now on the Discord server, Tortellini Soup. I have a new little icon here. If I ever complain about organization or things going on in the Discord server I don't like, don't even listen to me, because I have the ability now to change things. So I'm going to be doing that throughout the next few weeks, and hopefully I'm able to clean things up in here. Cosmic Reach 0.1.1 is out, which is just a small little hotfix. I think Final 4 Each has been busy with some modding support stuff, which is what I saw in the mod dev channel. I don't read through this channel too much because I'm not into the modding yet, but I do see him posting throughout here every once in a while. And the next thing I want to talk about is how these videos are going to go. So like I said last time, I'm not going to be creating a community roundup every day. I'm just doing it early on here because the game is growing pretty quickly, and there's a lot of stuff being posted about it, and I want to keep up with things in the early stages as much as possible. It's going to be pretty difficult for me to do this on my own and scan through all the new screenshots and videos and mods and things and all the activity that's going on. And if you just ping me like this, so you do @TortelliniSoup, and then you tag me in whatever message you think is relevant for a community roundup video, that'll be sufficient. And how you do that is, if I was to came over here on the right side to these three little dots and this context menu pops up, and I click on copy message link, that will give you the link that looks like this. So this links to some message in the gameplay videos channel, and then my name before it. And then whenever I'm scanning through the different posts, I can go to this search bar up here and I can search for my name and a ping, and then any tag that comes after it. And that way I can quickly find content that I can decide if it's important enough to be covered here, because I want to try to keep things as concise and brief as possible. And one major thing that I see is a lot of people are playing around with lighting, and this is something that I mentioned throughout pretty much almost all my videos, as how captivating the lighting is in this game. We have people continuing to build onto their bases. We have somebody creating a pig here, which is just a texture, it's not actually a functioning pig. And this one was pretty interesting to me. The abyss stares back. Honestly, that's pretty creepy. This is the kind of stuff I was talking about. I think I mentioned it in my very first video of my first impressions on the game. I said that you're probably going to have a lot of people making dark corridors like this, and then with like eyeballs in the background or something. I think this game kind of lends itself pretty well to horror aspects. We've got a nice little campfire here with a candle in the middle. A very interesting glass build here with some red lighting. A disco floor. A really nice looking containment structure with some red lighting. Once again, I have to say, the red lighting, there's something really attractive about it. I don't know what it is. It just kind of draws me in. I kind of like this too. It's very simple, but it works really well. I like using the lighting behind the stone as eyeballs. You can kind of make creatures like that. We've got some dice textures. It's missing the 6 actually. There should be a 6 die here. This one really struck me. It actually takes a lot more skill than most people realize, because you're not just painting on a canvas, you're actually no-clipping around and placing each block in a circular pattern. And even with a reference, I think it'd be really difficult to do. So really awesome there. We've got people making more parkour courses, which I commented on the last community roundup video about custom maps. I think platforming maps right now are probably the best way to go if you want to make a custom map, because we don't really have any game mechanics yet. It's mostly just building and moving around. And parkour maps are all about building and moving around. You don't really need any other mechanics. And of course I continue to post my own updates, so here is the observatory, and I've been building a big iron wall around it, and I have the red lighting where each of the gates are going to go. And we see more red lighting right here for a subway station. And this looks really, really well done. You can see the detail with the slabs instead of just using full blocks everywhere. And again, I'm just kind of pointing out what looks interesting to me. Please ping me if you want something to be shown, because it's going to be really hard for me to go through every single image and show them all off in a decent amount of time. And then we have this new channel called Fan Content, which looks like it's for art and music, but I'm going to be talking to the other moderators about this, kind of clean up the ambiguity here, because fan content could refer to a lot of things, and I think we could have more channels for individual types of resources. So for example, art could have a channel, music could have a channel. That way we can just keep things separate. Still not much activity on the Reddit, but there is this. And this is something I've seen that's been going around. If you know from Minecraft, there's an old myth, an old legend called Herobrine that was never actually in the game, but it was just kind of an old folk tale, I guess you could say, horror element of the game. And there seems to be somebody or multiple people trying to push something similar in Cosmic Reach. So if we maximize the view here, we can see a very pixelated image with a bunch of red lighting and then some mysterious figure on the left here. And I see a lot of people calling this guy Moon Man. So this is Moon Man's second sighting. So keep an eye out for more of that. Now in terms of mods, there's so much going on in the modding scene that it's really impossible for me to give any good guidance on what to look through here. So I guess I'll just rapidly go through some of these. So one we have is Snow Layers, which is a texture mod. We also have a lot more mods coming out that actually alter the game mechanics. So one example of that is World Selection Menu, which allows you to create multiple worlds and select them and create different types of worlds, which currently the base game doesn't allow you to do that. It just loads one world by default. Here's some discussions on people teaching each other how to mod, and there's a lot of work going into making things easier. And then we have a couple background music mods, which just allow you to place music files in your save data for the game, and the music will be looped in the background while you play. I really hope that the base game gets its own music soon. There are also guides being posted on how to make certain types of mods. We even have a mod for creating TNT and different sized explosions. We have a whole bunch of block textures being added from Minecraft. And we have a whole lot of other stuff that I think eventually we'll see in the base game, but people are just adding them now so that they can have those features while they wait. And at the bottom left here of the Discord, we have this category called Experimental Channels, which has a voice chat now, which is called Quiet Creative Showcase. And there always seems to be a lot of people in here. Some people are streaming their mod creation, other people are streaming just building in the game. And the last thing I want to cover is my own channel. So I made a little banner for myself here and I changed my icon to match my name. And I'm really enjoying making these videos. I really like playing the game, even though all we have right now is a sort of rudimentary creative mode. There's a lot to play around with still, especially with the colored lighting, which I mention in pretty much every single one of my videos. And the views have been getting better, and I really appreciate everyone watching and especially commenting. The most fun I have with making these videos is seeing people comment and being able to interact with them through the video comment section and also through Discord and Reddit. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.